Alright then, chummer. You want to wrap your head around why the world is the way it is, then we gotta go back to the start and see why the corps are the way they are. Hello everyone, and welcome back down here to the Gamer's Den with me, your host, Jordan, your master of lore and storyteller extraordinaire, going on with 5th edition Shadowrun here, and we're going to step away from the mechanics of the game and start looking more back at the setting, the details, all those wonderful things that help make Shadowrun what it is. And in order to really start getting our heads wrapped around that, we are going to start taking a look at the Megacorps and how they got to be such massive powerhouses. But before we get into any of that, if you're new here to the channel, then go on down there to hit the subscribe button and become a regular member here at the Gamer's Den. Or, if you're already on the list of such an incredible number of runners, then go on down there to hit the like button and share the video far and wide. But now, let's talk about the Megacorporations. So, the first thing you need to understand when it comes to the corps is the Shiawase decision. Now, this is a landmark 2001 U.S. Supreme Court decision that established corporate extraterritoriality, which made Shiawase the first megacorporation. And when it comes to extraterritoriality, this is a legal status that historically applied to citizens being tried in foreign countries, such as the citizens of European nations in China over the course of the two Opium Wars. European citizens got to be tried under European law in European-controlled courts within China anytime that they allegedly broke crimes there. Or, if you need a more current example, embassies being treated as the home soil of the nations their staff represents. After the Shiawase decision, this now extended again to corporations, granting them sovereignty and exemption from local laws. This isn't the first time this has happened. If you take a look at the rise of the first corporations like the East India Company, of Great Britain, when they arose in India, they wielded an incredible amount of legal, economic, and military power to the point that they were renting out their mercenary forces to local lords in India and also gained control over tax collection. So, this is nothing new under the sun. This has all happened before, but it started happening again in 2001. So, with extraterritoriality figured out, the megacorporations began to be exempt from local, state and local laws, and this began to apply and spread to other nations because the megacorporations were powerhouses. They were economic juggernauts. To not have them operating in your country meant a significant amount of loss in revenue. But megacorporate entities, their employees, their staff, they were subject to corporate law, not local or state or national laws. So this presented quite a bit of a conundrum, and also because of the extraterritorial nature and their economic status and prowess, these companies began amassing incredible amounts of military power, which let them go to war with one another, eventually coming to the founding of the corporate court, which was founded in 2023 by 7 of the megacorporations at the time to adjudicate and arbitrate over disputes between the different megacorporations. Now, which of those 7 were involved in that are companies like BMW and the like, but BMW is now a subsidiary of Shadowrun and owned wholly by the Great Dragon Loafware. So, listing which of the 7 corporations helped to found the corporate court can be a bit of a tangled mess because so many of these corporations arise, collapse, get bought up, made subsidiaries, or just become a larger of a conglomerated whole of another entity. So that can be a bit of a mess to tangle through, just the way the corporations like it. But any megacorp that gains AAA status is afforded a representative on the corporate court and is afforded 1 share in the Zurich orbital. Pardon me, I am going to butcher this. Gemeinschaftsbanks. My German's terrible. Sprechen Sie Deutsch? Non. Becoming AAA rated means the Megacorporation is large and diversified enough internationally to be considered for this status. And Megacorporations, by and large, are huge. They're massive. Cedarcrup alone is mainly interested in businesses such as like heavy industrial mining, the manufacture of heavy industrial vehicles and mining equipment. They also own BMW, so they produce a massive number of vehicles. But even with these things being their primary interest, they still have their fingers in quite a few other pies. Weapons manufacture, the production of different kinds of foodstuffs and goods. Although companies like As Technology are the dominant entities in those markets, like the production of foodstuffs, all the megacorporations do dip their toes into these different areas. That's what makes them megacorporations. They are diversified enough in their portfolios and business interests and on a large enough international scale that they just absolutely dominate to the point that they are household names. Everybody knows As Technology. Everybody knows Cedarcrup, Renraku, Shiawase, Neonet, all these different entities that have just arisen and really have cemented themselves in the psyches of every single last being on the planet. And hell, what kind of runner doesn't know who Ares Macro Technology is? A major manufacturer of weapons. Everybody knows them. But this is just a short, brief look at how the world got to be where it is. The extraterritoriality is the key factor, though, for each of these megacorporations. It was the starting point for corporations being able to oversee and enact their own laws, legal and military power. So, this has just been the start. We will continue looking through all of this information, and we are going to be digging through the different megacorporations as time goes on. After all, you need to know who you're working for. I mean, Shiawase, they're still around today. They have survived all kinds of corporate skullduggery and backstabbing on a scale that makes what you and I do look like absolute child's play, chummer. But what do you think? Go on down to the comments below and let me know your thoughts. Did you like today's video? Did you dislike it? Let me know in the comments down below and hit the like or dislike button, especially if you have anything to add, because this is a brief overview of the events that helped to shape the world as we know it today. So, let me know your thoughts, and remember, if you're new here to the channel, then go on down there to hit that subscribe button. But with all that said, I've been your host, Jordan, your master of lore and storyteller extraordinaire. Thank you all so very much for your time, and you all have yourselves a good night.